Good morning, good evening, good wherever you are in the world. Let me ask you something. Who are you walking with? Who's in your corner? Who's feeding your mind, your energy, your soul? Because let me tell you right now, you will rise or fall based on who you allow in your circle. When I was younger, someone told me, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that hit me hard. See, too many of us are trying to grow in environments that are starving us. We're trying to fly around people who keep pulling us back down to the ground. You can't soar like an eagle. If you're scratching, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a seed full of potential, full of life, full of purpose. But if you plant that seed in dry, cracked, toxic soil, doesn't matter how much sunlight you give it, it won't grow. Your environment matters. Your associations matter. If you want to go somewhere, you better surround yourself with people who've been there or are going there. I'm talking about people who challenge you, who speak life into your dreams, not death. People who won't let you settle, who won't let you quit, who won't let you shrink to make them comfortable. People who see greatness in you even when you can't see it in yourself. Let me ask you again, who's in your circle? If you're around people who gossip more than they grind, if you're around people who laugh at your goals instead of lift you up to reach them, you're in danger, because energy is contagious. Fear is contagious. But guess what? So is greatness. You get around people who are hungry, watch your appetite change. You get around people who dream big, watch your vision expand. You get around people who don't make excuses, watch your standards rise. You don't need 100 people. You just need a few who remind you who you are when you forget. People who hold you accountable. People who clap for you when you win and not just when they're winning too. Listen to me, you have something special inside you. You weren't born to play small. You weren't born to live average. There's greatness in you, but you can't unlock it in a toxic circle. You need to surround yourself with fire if you want to burn brighter. So today, right now, I challenge you. Take inventory of your circle. Take inventory of your environment. Start cutting off what's cutting you off from your destiny. Because your future, your purpose, your calling is far too important to be held back by people who aren't even trying. Surround yourself with greatness. Not for applause, not for ego, not for clout, but for growth, for elevation, for your life. You deserve to win. So surround yourself with winners. You will rise or fall based on who you allow in your circle. That one truth can define the entire trajectory of your life. Look around at the people closest to you. What are they speaking into your life? Are they fueling your fire or throwing water on your dreams? Are they challenging you to grow or comforting you into staying stuck? The people you spend the most time with are not neutral. They are either pulling you up or dragging you down. Every conversation, every habit, every belief they hold has an impact on you, whether you realize it or not. See, your circle is a mirror. It reflects your standards, your vision, your values. If you surround yourself with people who settle, guess what you'll start doing? Settling. If your inner circle makes excuses, you'll start justifying why you didn't show up for your own life. But if you surround yourself with people who are striving for greatness, who are pushing past fear, who are committed to growing, something inside you starts to shift. You start thinking bigger. You start dreaming louder. You start acting bolder. Why? Because greatness is infectious. Every relationship in your life is either an investment or a withdrawal. It's either depositing courage, belief, and discipline into your soul, or it's draining you, distracting you, and detouring you from your calling. That's why it's not just about being around nice people. It's about being around the right people. People with vision, people with fire, people with focus. People who aren't afraid to tell you the truth hold you accountable, and remind you of your power when you're tempted to shrink. There are people who will clap for you until you outgrow them. Then they'll criticize your ambition. There are people who love the old version of you, the one who played small, the one who didn't speak up, the one who is easy to predict. But as soon as you start stepping into your purpose, they get uncomfortable. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're doing something they're too afraid to do. And you've got to be willing to make peace with that. Growth is uncomfortable, but so is staying stuck. The difference is one gives you life and the other drains it. If you want to go to the next level in any area, your mindset, your business, your relationships, you've got to elevate your circle. You've got to audit who has access to your energy, because not everyone deserves a seat at your table. You don't need to be rude. You don't need to cut people off with drama, but you do need to be intentional, because your time is limited. Your energy is precious. Your dreams are sacred. And if you keep handing your future to people who have no vision for their own life, don't be surprised when they can't see yours. You can't soar like an eagle if you're scratching with chickens. That phrase isn't just poetic, it's a warning, it's a call to awareness. Eagles are built for altitude. They are designed to fly above storms, to rise above the noise, to see from a perspective few others can. Chickens, on the other hand, stay grounded. They peck at the dirt, content with the familiar, surrounded by fences, limited by their own habits and fears. And if you're spending your life walking among those who choose to stay grounded, don't be surprised when your wings forget how to fly. Greatness requires altitude. It demands space, vision, discipline, and hunger. You were born with wings. You were born with a purpose that demands elevation, but the company you keep will either teach you how to fly or condition you to forget that you ever could. Some people don't believe in the sky because they've never looked up. They only know limitation. They only know routine. And when someone comes along with dreams bigger than their own vision, they laugh, they mock, they try to clip your wings, not because they're bad people, but because your ambition makes their comfort zone feel like a prison. Eagles don't waste time trying to convince chickens to fly. They don't stop mid-flight to explain why soaring is necessary. They just rise, they just go. And when you begin to rise in your own life, when you begin to develop that next level mindset, when you decide to pursue excellence, to break generational cycles, to leave mediocrity behind, you're going to find out real fast who around you is a chicken and who's another eagle. The difference isn't in their words. It's in their habits. It's in their thinking. It's in how they spend their time, how they deal with failure, how they react to your progress. Chickens get jealous. Eagles get inspired. Chickens gossip. Eagles strategize. Chickens talk about what's wrong. Eagles talk about what's possible. So you've got to ask yourself, are you trying to fly in a place where the air is too thick for wings? Are you explaining vision to people who can't see beyond their own comfort zone? Are you adjusting your altitude to stay relatable to those who refuse to grow? Sometimes the problem isn't your potential, it's your environment. It's hard to believe in your future when you're surrounded by people married to their past. It's hard to focus on legacy when you're surrounded by people chasing likes. It's hard to soar when every voice around you is yelling, "Stay down here where it's safe." But the truth is, safety never made history. Comfort never created champions. Staying on the ground might feel familiar, but it will never fulfill you. You're not built for cages. You're not built for fences. You're built to fly.